Our early morning tour. Here is the first morning market, and we'll make a run at this. It may or may not be open yet, and there's a bakery down here to the left. Then there's a second market I'll search out too to my right. Some perhaps a samurai, but not. It does have two swords, one in his hand, and I think his left hand's holding it. So he may not be a samurai. But look at these sandals, and you can still clunk around in these. They'll have some that are not quite as high as this. You wonder, did that design give them some mobility? Did they just have a ego thing with height? Because they still do. These various spices. These add some pizzazz to anything that you're eating. Some kind of dried apple. Right from the nearby farms. So sure how nearby they are since it's pretty cold. Except I can see my breath now. Spices and so forth. Favorite dumplings. Wow, I wish this was in the United States. Well, different kinds of yikes. There's some more too. And you'd have to be knowledgeable like a Japanese woman to know how to use these. Carrots. Samples of the straw. And here just used fabric sandals that Kamazaki Tosin would talk about the common folk making and using on a continuous. So it's 7 o'clock and Bremen's is not open yet. Well, so here's the morning market I've been at right near the Red Bridge. So I'm going to walk down about 1, 2, 3, 4 bridges, and then I'll get to the Miyagawa Morning Market. Notice the similarity of this wall and this detail to the wall I saw on the shrine or temple just after I visited the textile museum of hand-woven textiles in Kyoto. So this must be something more of a descriptive detail. I don't know what. Here a model of a float. It's a clever way to distract the view from the ugly transformer or whatever below it. And some colored fish, koi, to decorate the river. Look how most of these structures on the side of the river have an access down to the river. Presumably in the old days there was a real purpose for that. A restaurant's whimsical wooden advertisement. There's a metal crafting shop, as you can see from the heavy-duty grinding tool and vise. Not to mention that stand they've made for someone. Some of the items that they make here. To be a much bigger market here with other shops opened up already nearby. Ski gauze, what I would like on this chilly morning one. And she warned me that these could be hot and that nothing could be better. If I have to juggle this in my hand, it'll at least warm up before I eat. You can see that this is a very sticky dough. It comes off right on the paper itself. It's very, very good. But very, very good these are. And there's a sign said in English, and the lady spoke to me in English. It's meat filled, but also again has onions and so forth in it. Very, very good. More condiments, nicely packaged. Ranges on for quite some distance, which is kind of cool. The bug guy. And that's just open bins of fruits or vegetables. He's already peeled them and cored them so you can snack on your way. This is a kori namburi. What you have here is what are similar seen as flags flying. This is the father, this I think is the mother, and these are the children. And you know, these came right out of the dirt this morning, or the last day or so. Walking along, a couple came up and offered me one of those apple slices that they had just bought. Look at these mushrooms. All different kinds. And some are strange. They're not, but they're interesting. This man sells bees, honey, but that he has here. But notice how he gives you a little demonstration of how you get the honey from the bees. That's very clever. Apparently is where the bees create their hives that he gets the honey from. An example of what the bees leave. This area of the river much more nicely developed with walkways on both sides, little park areas on both sides. There, a little bridge to cross over that side stream. At the end of the market, now I can work my way back up here eating. The walls with something ensconced. They remind me of what I saw a couple making lamps with balloons and fiberglass in Oswego 30-40 years ago. Pretty mobiles they make. Very Japanese, very Asian. These are little cookie molds and cake molds. Aren't they pretty? You see here how they do it. And down there. Interesting artwork for your wall. I wish you had a cockroach. I'd get one for taste. So this is my second one, and when they warned me that it was hot, I said, first it's for my hands, and second it's for my stomach. And they understood in English, as well as by my signs. That would suggest that people that had that rice ball or balls did not either like it or dropped it and left it there. An interesting effigy in the middle of this bridge. Well, tomorrow morning, if I don't go somewhere, I'll come back and stroll along here with my Bowser. I can stroll down the right side and then cross the bridge and then back up the other side and out. This kind of statuary may be something that the company that sells those things uses to diffuse their impact. RV. Still a third one of these characters. A device that probably cleans out oil traps and so forth for restaurant grease traps. A pretty little entry garden for this family home. You know you're in a first world nation when they have to put a sign here for the Asians telling them not, and the South Americans telling them not to put the toilet paper in this waste paper basket. It does go down the toilet. There's something kind of interesting. There's a group of about 4 ladies right there. They all have little counters, hand counters in their hand, and they're each responsible for clicking for the certain number of something or others that pass through this intersection. Just to show you one way they do things. And just for the fun of it, I went forward, then backed up, then forward, then back and forth, and they caught on what I was trying to do, and that's to get them to start clicking more because I was passing. I don't think they're measuring people, but they got the joke. I'm sure this is a domestic plant, but pretty nevertheless. in a little flower box at a service